I got the share screen going.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. It's Edwards on the wing. The shake. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Now here's Holmgren. Back to Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams. With the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Well, the athleticism Edwards has is off the charts. He makes those alley-oop catches look effortless.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to McDaniels. Takes the three, and the three-pointer goes.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point.
Oh, ho, ho!
Wow!
Oh, wow. Dort just going off, making a big show of how athletic he can be.
Up top, Randall. There's the three. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Here's Edwards. It's tipped. Here's Williams. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Thunder.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Outside Edwards. Back to Conley. 5 to shoot. And he's going for the lob. And stolen by Holmgren. Williams misses. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. 4-point game. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
To the paint. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. .55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Reed sets a screen. To the middle. A slam dunk by Reed.
That's how you know Conley is right out there.
Down low. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Randall. From behind the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And here's Edwards outside. Williams grabs the board. Thunder with a lead. Mitchell with the ball. Tipped. And stolen by Edwards. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Randall. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Thunder out in front. They lead by 2. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Mitchell with the ball. Picked up by Reed. Williams from long range. Reed with the rebound.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And, Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Caruso outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Well, Stan, when you look at the history of undrafted players, few have been as impactful as Alex Caruso.
And you have to love the way he's done it, Brian. He grinded his way through the G League, won a championship, and now he's a first-team all-defense guy. Quite a story.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Clark outside. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. Here's McDaniels. The shot won't fall. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Oklahoma City shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Graham.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Dort for 3. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. Timberwolves trail by 7. Pass to Edwards. Crafty move. Inside. Edwards lays it in.
Edwards plays with such ferocity.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Inside. Here's Hartenstein. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Up and in on the layup. Hartenstein's got his first points in this one. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
On the tape. Oh! Edwards with the highlight reel jam.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
It's Dort on the wing. Takes it inside. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Pass to Edwards. Back to Randall. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, Randall put some extra on that slam, entertaining the fans and the broadcasters.
3 on 3. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Conley. Randall on the screen. Left side, Edwards. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on that one. And the second free throw is good. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Oklahoma City leading by 8. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game. Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Conley. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block.
Read the eyes of the ball handler, and Gilgeous-Alexander able to get a hand up in time.
To the paint. And stolen by Gobert. To the inside. Randall. Conley up top. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. To the middle. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Timberwolves trail by 8. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
5 on the clock. And Williams over to help. For 3, DiVincenzo. Caruso grabs the board.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Offensive board. High post read. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's Joe. And so the ball out of bounds. Caruso touched it last. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Outside Reed. Lets it go from deep. The Thunder pull it in. There's the steal. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out." Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Here's Caruso going inside. Here's Wiggins. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Wiggins has got his first 2 points.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
.52 seconds left in the third quarter. It's Wiggins on the wing. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 12. Outside, DiVincenzo. Reed sets a screen. Pass to Clark. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. For 3, DiVincenzo. Good work defensively by Mitchell. Inside. Ooh, they pick off the pass. Here's Clark. Stolen by Wiggins. Fires the 3. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 12. After a quick... And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
For 3, DiVincenzo. Williams grabs the board.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Williams with the screen. From deep, Mitchell. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 12. Here's Minot. Basket's good.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Outside Mitchell. Caruso outside. To the paint. Here's Wiggins. Rebound Minnesota.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. And Williams over to help. Outside, Alexander Walker. Off target with the 3.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
It's Wiggins on the wing. Caruso outside. Back to Wiggins. Launches it. Reed with the rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
For 3, DiVincenzo. Caruso grabs the board.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. Despite the lead, Coach was stern with the guys, mentioning to the team, do not let up. I've seen some big comebacks in this league, and this is not over. An interesting message. B.A.?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The 3 is up. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Conley. No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset. and try to get a good shot.
Back to Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Edwards. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you.
And both free throws good for Edwards. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Holmgren. Dort outside. Now here's Holmgren. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Randall. Misses off the right iron.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Randall on the screen. Edwards for 3. And they get it back.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And an intentional foul right there. .43 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's picked up by Conley. Back to Dort. To win the cold spell. Pure from three-point range. And the Thunder lead by 9. The kick out to Edwards. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
The shot by Dort, no good. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Got it. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts one up from 19. It doesn't go for him. Now a timeout called by Minnesota. 1 second left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what's your take?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Dort with a steal. And so it's Oklahoma City winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. It's Western Conference versus Eastern Conference here in Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks will try to protect home court. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now Irving. After the miss, 3 from Damian Lillard.
Oh, what a nice find by Kyrie that time, balancing his offensive attack.
Lillard misses.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Not a fast start for the Bucks. It's a 5-point game. And the rejection by Gafford. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Washington with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Now here's Irving. 5 on the clock. Rebound, Milwaukee. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd, and we talked about the problems that Giannis poses. He said, look, there's no easy way to defend Giannis. We have to be physical with him, keep him out of the paint as much as possible. But he acknowledged that even having multiple bodies on Giannis sometimes just isn't enough. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Yeah, once Giannis gets the ball there, you can forget it.
Pass to Davis. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
That's some flashy stuff from Antetokounmpo. They're dicing up the D with the ball control.
Here's Irving. Down low. Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick and roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. Thompson misses. Bucks trail by 5. Lillard scanning the floor. Giannis inside. A rebound by Washington. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. Drops in the tray.
Wow, from way downtown, Thompson's ready to shoot. His confidence right now through the roof.
Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Pass to Gafford. Back to Irving. From downtown, Giannis grabs the miss. On offense here, the Bucks. They trail by 6. Now Kuzma to the left side wing. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, Lillard has those ups. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
To the middle. Here's Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Here's Lillard, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Brent, Damian Lillard is as clutch as they come. He is fearless. Where do you think that comes from? Why is he so effective late in tight games?
Such a great question, Kevin, but for Damian Lillard, I think it boils down to one word, and that is confidence. I mean, he has legitimately the ultimate confidence in all the work that he puts in the offseason to be in these moments, to have the ball in his hands, and it's been proven time and time again that he can come through. It's why we see him tap his wrist and it being game time. Those are some of the most memorable moments of his career. Not easy to keep Bobby Portis away from the painted area where he carves out a lot of room and just works hard.
Williams with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Bucks trail by 4. Lillard, right side. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now, there are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Dallas moving it around. Pass to Lively. To the wing on the left. Over to the left wing. Prosper. From outside the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee. Lillard with it. Over Williams. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
The Bucks trail. Left side, Porter. And Trent now top of the key. Going inside. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in and will try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19th.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Outside, Davis. Irving surveying the floor. Davis sets a screen. Porter with the steal. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Davis.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And Gafford throws it down.
And we know Thompson can do damage as a scorer, but they're showing off his ability to pass it.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And here's Porter. Nothing on the board. To the inside. Nice move. Using his size, Giannis.
And I like that. Giannis slowing down just a little bit, in control there.
Here's Irving. Here's Gafford. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee in the lead. Trying to get open is Lopez. Antetokounmpo, no good. Stolen by Prince. On the wing, Porter. Pass to Lopez. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way. And for a 7-footer, Brook Lopez is pretty versatile. You get all the defensive impact you'd expect, but he can also consistently score on all three levels.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Poke loose. Mavericks trailed by 6. Here's Irving. Pass to Washington. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Here's Milwaukee now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Tries from the block. He's off on that one. Good D by Thompson. Over in the corner, Washington. Left side, Davis. Pass to Irving. From past the arc. And Lopez pulls it down. Bucks leading by 6. Hey, Brett, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
The Bucks making a switch here. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's Lillard. 1:46 left now here in the second. Shakes him. Nice move. Now just 1 for 7 with that miss. Tough night so far. To the paint. Davis. Screen by Gafford. Five to shoot. Thompson from long range. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Portis. Pass to Lopez. And now Davis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
I like watching AD going at the defense and trying to impose some of that physicality from him to them.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bucks.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Bucks leading by 3. Lillard outside. Into the lane. Misses in close. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the half. Inside. The kick out to Irving. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Here's Milwaukee now. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Crafty move. And Giannis gets it to go. Giannis has got 6 in the quarter.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight. Just unreal.
Outside Irving. Davis sets a screen. And Kyrie Irving gets the 3. Irving's got 8 points.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Milwaukee on top, leading by just 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The lead is 2. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those 2 guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
Lillard outside. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Mavericks leading. On the wing, Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Thompson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just so remarkable and consistent from distance is Klay Thompson.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Bucks trailed by 4. First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. Prince outside. And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
On the wing, Irving. He's got 10. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis right side. Tries again. The shot, no good. Davis with some nice D. Irving with the bounce pass. Lopez with the steal. Lillard from outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 7.
Gotta like watching Lillard pull right up on the defense. Outstanding at catching him off guard.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Dallas. To the left wing. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. On the wing, Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Lillard. Antetokounmpo. That's a 2-pointer. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
To the middle. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
For the lead, the kick out to Lopez. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Prince in the corner. Lets it go with the 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Prince has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Williams. Can they get it? Just 5 to shoot. He gets that one.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Rebound by Williams. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Outside Williams. Driving the lane. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Out left to the wing. Lively with the screen. Rebound by Smith. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Lillard gets double teamed. Bucks passing it around. Outside Portis. And the Bucks miss again. Now Exum. No scoring in this one. Lets the 3 fly. That shot missing. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. and stolen by Williams. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks lead by 2. And we'll get going. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The Mavericks leading. Pass to Exum. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Kumbo. Fast break, Milwaukee. And finished off by Porter.
And this is how you execute in transition. Porter Jr. enjoys leaking out and running all over the defense.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. So both teams making some changes here. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Dinwiddie's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
To the wing right side. Lillard outside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Dallas leading by 3. Over to the wing. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to Exum. Back to Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Good on the shot. Now it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
And in tight, Dinwiddie's got a good sense of how to be effective. Whether it's with the power or finesse, he can find a way to beat his man. Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Spins. Can't convert off the spin. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Milwaukee. And Lillard gets double-teamed. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Pass to Dinwiddie. Marshall with it. Here's Prosper. Covered by Lillard. Lively with the screen. Out to the right wing. Exum with a wide open look. Off target from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year.
Easy.
7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend
Easy.
in the Rose City.
Back to Davis.
Yo, peace.
Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And on the way from Irving for 3. Dallas again.
Easy.
Lillard up top. Over Thompson. Outside, out of the Kumbo.
Easy.
Kuzma outside.
Easy.
And Kuzma slams
Easy.
And Kuz on the cruise with
Yeah,
that bucket.
hello?
to the inside.
Easy.
And he jams it after taking the nice feed
There's
on the run.
something wrong with him.
Oh, just
So-
solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy
Easy.
they want with the ball. Now here's
Easy.
Antetokounmpo.
Is you talking?
Puts the move on. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And you know, he knows he's the leader
Easy.
of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
Tries the spin move. And on the way from Irving for 3. They get it again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you can see that AD was trying to bait the defense into jumping first. He wisely gets the contact and marches himself straight to the foul line.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Lillard, right side. Prince, outside. Pass to Lillard. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
And the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Thompson outside. Back to Irving. And here is Davis. Antetokounmpo defending. Thompson up top. Pass to Irving. From the wing. And the shot falls short this time.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best. Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Outside Irving. For the 3. Got it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
Irving for 3. Again, Irving missing. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. It's stolen by Davis.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
The shot and game clock separated by 4.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame. A smart.
Oh!
Wait.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad. Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And stolen by Lillard. Drives to the hoop. And Damian Lillard with the jam. And so the Bucks take the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry.
Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Inside, Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And down it goes. 2 points.
Yes, such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Here's Irving. That shot off. Great D that time from Holmgren. Pass to Hartenstein. Now Holmgren. Check by Davis. Back to Hartenstein. To the middle. Over Gafford. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Jason Kidd had a few moments to share with me. We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends. And Coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And here's Irving. Jacks up a 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stats.
B.A., this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
Here's Irving. Following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Out to Thompson. Right side Davis. Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside. But fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Oh, he missed it, making him 1 for 2 now. Outside Irving. A minute 31 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Fires from deep. The Thunder with the rebound.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Right side Irving. Now here's Gafford. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. On the wing, Irving. Fades and shoots. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Down low. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now here's Washington to the paint. Here's Gafford. Can they get it? Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Washington. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Thunder leading by 4. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And the shot goes in. Brent, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Right side, Irving. Pass to Christie. To the left wing. Here's Marshall. And that misses. That would have put him up. Thunder with a lead. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Holmgren. Shakes him. Ooh, the confidence from Holmgren inside.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And so it's Dallas with it. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Now here's Caruso. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Here's Thompson. No points yet. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Now, the defense is always going to react to Klay Thompson. That time the overcommitment, and he'll get to the line.
Of course, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Clock at 6. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack. Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Thunder able to keep possession. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Wallace outside. Wiggins outside. Shot clock at 5. Misses the 3.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Pass to Gafford. Thompson with it. Joe covering. Thompson scanning the floor. Outside Irving. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good. Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Now here's Irving. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
All right, Doris, Kyrie Irving is a special talent. What's his greatest asset, you think, on the floor?
Oh, B.A., this is a tough question. If you ask NBA players, they'll tell you the guy with the best handle historically is Kyrie Irving. But to me, his best attribute, fearlessness, the ability to deliver when it most matters.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That, folks, is about the speed of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets in there before the defense can react.
Irving, that's good.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And stolen by Holmgren. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Thunder leading by a point. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. The Mavericks trailing. Irving up top. Offline from the top of the key. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Here's SGA. Washington grabs the miss.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out." Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Spins. With the spin, it's not going to go for him. Nice D from Gafford. Outside Irving. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
It's Dort on the wing. Back to Williams. Hartenstein a screen. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It goes on Kyrie Irving.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
Second free throw, no good. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for Dallas. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming on the free throw. Now here's Davis. Oh, big man slam by the big man Davis.
Yeah, this is how powerful Davis is. Awesome at capitalizing with the dunk.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Now here's Dort. Yet to see a basket. Back to Holmgren. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. For the tie. The Thunder with another miss. Dallas leading by 3. Outside Davis. Let's go with a 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. So it's the Thunder now. To the inside. Stolen by Davis. Pass to Washington. Irving with it. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Back to Holmgren. From behind the arc. Gafford grabs the miss.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Outside Davis. And stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now, this is about knowing where to be in these situations. And Gilgeous-Alexander doing a beautiful job getting to the right spot.
Down low. And stolen by Holmgren. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The shot by Dort, no good. The Mavericks leading. Outside Davis. Goes back up. AD beasting down low.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. No good there. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Dallas on top. They're up by 3. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. Thunder trail by 3. From 11 feet away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that 3-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
Out to the right wing. Here's Christie. On target from range. Christie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lively.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Now here's Holmgren. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets it go from deep. Christie with a rebound. Here's Irving. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And it's a 6-point Dallas lead.
Irving, an elusive scorer, so adept at finding space inside.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Williams. Mavericks with a rebound.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
Thompson's shot is off.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Dort. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Oh, my goodness. How about the impressive vertical by Lou Dort? No doubt on that slam.
Now here's Washington. Misses from close range. Pass to Holmgren. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defended by Thompson.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
Irving for three. Again, the miss by Dallas. Thunder trail by 3. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:57 left in the final quarter. To tie it up. Washington grabs the miss. And Dallas with possession. Outside Irving. Davis a screen from the arc. And it's Irving missing. Back to Williams. Toward outside. Back to Williams. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Davis down low. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Shot from the inbound. Out to Thompson. Back to Irving. Here's the three. They grab their own miss. Davis. Yes!
What an emphatic bucket by Davis. This is a guy who never backs down or gives up.
Gilgeous-Alexander up top. Stolen by Gafford. The three from Thompson. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And he sinks it. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
The quiet confidence, the ruthless execution. You need a big-time bucket. Shai is on time.
Now here's Irving. Shot clock at 6. The three. That one no good.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
"17 seconds left in the fourth. Dort for three. Oh my! What a shot! Oh, a tremendous three! We're tied! And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Wing Davis. Washington outside. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Pass to Dort to take the lead. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Looking to get it going. Irving, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 3. The three from Holmgren. He can't hit that time.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Irving for three. Gets the three to fall.
This guy lives out there. Irving, one of the best three-point shooters in the game.
Pass to Hartenstein. Shoots over Davis. And here's Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Washington grabs the miss. Right side, Irving. Gafford with the ball. All alone. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Caruso, left side. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Let's remember, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 6'6", so getting on the interior is not a problem.
Ooh, he knocks down the clutch free throw. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Now, this guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
To the paint. Here's Davis. The three from Washington. They get it again. Pass to Irving. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
And Dallas calls time here. 19 seconds left in overtime. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
The strategy is simple. Get a quick score and foul right away.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
And the Mavericks call time here. They trail by 6. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Here's Irving. Ooh, it's stolen by Gil.